Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly town hall. It's nice to see all of you as you're coming in. Lama is going to be joining us here in a minute, but I want to start with some announcements. So, I know you're all thinking, gee, I would like something to do next Saturday. I don't know what to do. Here you go. Join us for our first of 2 day-long retreats. First one being next Saturday, April 27th. It's a great way to connect to the Sangha. It's a great way to connect to Lama. And if you do or don't go on our longer retreats, it's a great way to stay connected in between those. And then this summer, we are going to have 2 programs, one in June and one in July, on a couple of topics that are of interest to people, and Lama hasn't taught a whole lot about them before, so that would be a couple of opportunities. And this is a situation where you go on the website, if you're a member, you get a discount. So please consider that. And we will turn it over to Lama. Thank you for being here, everyone.
Da, 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 da. Oh, hi, everyone. I didn't know what to do today, so I came here. Nice to see you all. And happy Passover for those of you who follow that calendar. It's always good to get together, especially in these stressful, confusing, violent times. And today's Sunday, the day of rest, meaning giving a rest to our usual habitual preoccupations and activities, work, if you want to use that word, and turning our gaze upwards or inwards or deeper, getting together in koinonia, sangha, satsang, koinonia, transformative community. Nice to see you all. And I bow to the Buddha, to the light in your seat. Don't overlook them. Let's begin with a moment of silence, noble silence, sacred solitude. Prayer, well-wishing, which is loving kindness, compassion, feeling with others, and perhaps being moved to help as we start resonating with them, feeling with them, tuning in together. All those in the war-torn places like Gaza, the Middle East, Ukraine, so many places, Africa, our southern border with Mexico and so on. So many people dislocated today, even before the rising seas start to encroach on many, many, many millions, perhaps hundreds of millions of people around the world in all the seaside areas, islands, and archipelagos. Holding them in our hearts and prayers, opening the wings of our prayerful hearts to include all. Remember all, invite all to join us, communing in this sacred way, moment of peace and silence, and wishing all well, including ourselves, including all in our prayers and sterling aspirations today. Thank you. Janchu Samcho Krimpoche Makye Panakye Gyochi Yepa Nyampa Mepa Yan Kane Kandu Pelwa Shou. May the lamp of enlightenment, of spiritual transformation be ignited, be lit wherever it has not yet arisen, and where it has arisen, may it be fanned into flame and blaze up and illumine and warm and nourish and nurture all beings everywhere with whom we are inseparably interconnected, when we all together complete the spiritual journey. Again, homage to the light in your seat, the Illuminatis in your seat. Don't overlook them. Yes. The Illuminatis, the awakeners, the luminous beings, the light beings, the bodhisattvas, the compassionators, the Buddhas to be. Bodhi, awakening, sattva, being, awakening being. Us, the best part of us, not true self, our higher self, as Abraham Lincoln called it. Today's a good day for that. Today's a good day to have a great day. I think so. Spring has sprung here in New England. The daffodils, the tulips, the boyds, etc. The frogs are out in the sun, lined up like traffic on the freeway, rush hour. And the turtles on every rock, on every stick that protrudes from the pond back there. Bumper to bumper. There's turtles all the way back or all the way down, as this India story goes. The world is supported by the great turtle, Lord Vishnu, the preserver, the sustainer, as the Hindu scriptures say. And an old lady asked a master, "What is the great turtle standing on or supported by, master?" The master says, "It's turtles all the way down." I guess that means all the way up and all the way around too, which includes us. However slow moving we may feel we're becoming in old age, or on the spiritual progress and path even. It's turtles all the way around, all Bodhi, all Buddhas, all endowed with the luminous bodhicitta, the Buddha nature, the inner light, the Christos, the inner divinity, whatever you want to call it. In Buddhism, we don't think about higher power, but I like to say we find refuge in, we rely on, we believe in the inner power. Do we need to put a name on it? The clear light, innate wakefulness, or more in English, awareness with a capital A, the inner power. Put a tiger in your tank, or an IP additive to what's already there. It mixes well with everything. Check it out. Because turtles all the way down, and all around, and all the way up, and all the way out, and all the way in, which is how we practice awareness cultivation, sati bhavana, cultivating wakefulness, attentiveness, non-reactive, clarity, pure undiluted attention, the essence of prayer, meditation, any contemplative practice. Yoga, meditation and movement, if you want to call it that, is enhanced greatly by leaps and bounds, by asanas practiced with this special additive in your tank. Awareness with a capital A plus, presence, being present with a capital P, the inner power, the IP, additive to what's already going on in there. Emptiness ain't nothingness. It ain't a vacuum chamber. It's a lucid, luminous, effulgent, overflowing, fertile void, the womb of shunyata, so-called emptiness, mother of all the Buddhas. It's Buddha all the way down and all the way around. All beings Buddha by nature. We only have to recognize that fact. Check it out. Let's go. Now. Tuning into the light. Letting go of everything extra. Relaxing, settling. What do the yoga teachers say? Breathe through your butt into the earth and out of it. Or through your crown chakra and through the axial, whatever that's called. I used to remember words. Connecting the macrocosm and the microcosm right through our fontanelle, crown chakra, central channel, into the earth as grounding. And not just linear, but all around the big ultimate sphere, the big tiggly in all dimensions. Like pie, good to eat, but impossible to calculate precisely. It just keeps going and going, like the eternal lamp in Jerusalem, like the unborn and undying Buddha nature, as they say. Just sitting, just breathing, just being, plugging in. Where are my props? Just your two legs into the earth, or your two butt cheeks into the cushion and into the earth. Or a dualistic mind into the wholeness and totality, plugging in, letting the energy flow freely, jettisoning, letting go of all extra. No mind, no matter, as some say. I don't mind. What really matters? Let's keep our eye on the ball, the big tiggly, the ultimate sphere, the wholeness and completeness, the natural great completion, the natural great connection, as Bob Thurman has translated it, the natural great perfection. The natural great connection, I like that. Don't forget the 2-in-1. Plug in. Ground yourself. Don't get electrocuted by karma and kaleshas, by mental activity and being taken in by them. Everyone knows, and especially these days, you can't believe whatever you read or hear. Here we go further. You can't believe whatever you think. Check it out. So it's a limiting. Intellect's a good tool, but a poor master with too much under its thrall. Just sitting, just breathing. Haven't mentioned this yet. Just being, plugging in from the top down. At the same time, from the bottom up, from inside to outside, and vice versa, and vice versa, the yin and yang of everything, without hierarchy, yin and yang, not just like a chocolate and vanilla cookie, half and half, but one inside the other completely. and dynamic, not static. In mutual reciprocity, as above, so below, as Hermes says in the Emerald Tablet of ancient Egypt. The macrocosm and the microcosm at every moment, and vice versa. Infinity in the finite, eternity in this instant. Imaho. Awareness alone, pure presence with a capital P and an E at the end for all and everything. All inclusive. Beyond adopting and rejecting, pulling and pushing. Just let the breathing go. Let breathing breathe you. Who's doing it anyway? If you think you're breathing, stop, think again, or try stopping. We'll see who's doing it around here, who's in charge, who, if anyone, that we can say or see. But it's good to plumb the unknowing, the mystery, and let go of all of our fallacious so-called knowledge. Better to say I don't know than to spout false so-called facts, thinking we know more than we know, as pretty much everyone in this world does, including Muamem, myself. Relax, exhale, let go, relinquish, let go of each breath, a little out breath, a little out death each time, and a little rebirth with the in-breath in mutual reciprocity, beyond the polarity of self and other, God and human, or any other dualisms, light and dark. There's no such thing as shadows, dark. It's only light or less or more of it. Check it out, scientists, science lovers. Naked awareness, innate wakefulness. I'm not talking about concentrating on anything, breath counting. I'm not talking about one-pointedness. This is openness and awareness practice. Naked awareness practice. Plumb the sky like nature of big mind, open mind, not closed mindfulness, open mindfulness. Remindfulness, remembering to remember what we're doing while we're doing it right here. And when we get up to this moment, only moment, just what this sensation in the body is feeling, this perception, only perception at this moment, one by one, step by step. Stillness in movement, like a gyroscope, like a mandala, like the heart chakra. The heart organ may be moving and pumping, as science tells us. What is the heart chakra doing? How does that move? What is the dance of emptiness, the Dakini, the dance of shunyata, as we say in Mahayana Buddhism? It's dynamic, but we can't count the steps of metricize. How does the heart chakra move? Let's tune into that. The prana expanding and dissolving at the same time, like a pulsar. I always say that, I don't even know if it's correct. Pulsar star, I like that. Beyond, out, and in. Big or small? How big is awareness? What shape or color is your mind? Who can say? Look into the mirror of emptiness and see your naked face, Rigpa, Buddha mind. Dzogchen is the meditation of Buddhas, as the Dalai Lama says, not sentient beings. Dig it. Fake it till you make it. This is it. Imaho. Awareness alone. Awareness, aware of awareness, a non-dual or uncompartmentalized wholeness and completeness. Ah. The seed syllable of Dzogchen says it all. Ah. Say ah for Dr. Das. Ah. First attention, then at ease. How to be centered, grounded, still, yet dynamically present, lucidly attentive and aware. That's the koan, the conundrum, the riddle, wrapped inside a mystery. I love it. And enjoy the joy of non-meditation. Unmeditation, undoing the habit of overdoing. Of co-meditation, intermeditation, interbeing. All together now, as if one and all in one, and all other possible imaginings. Letting go means letting things go, friends. Letting be. That's the secret. Just being with a capital B, not a separate being. Beingness itself, the ends, the essence, the singularity, the first principle, the fundament, the ground of being, whatever you call it. No words can encompass it. It's even more sweet. Imaho. Way to go. Wondrous, miraculous, eureka. Hallelujah. Amen. Enjoy the joy of Dzogchen, the great connection. Right now. Nowness, immediacy. Presence with a capital. The eye through which Buddha sees me. Let me start again. The eye through which I see Buddha is the eye through which Buddha sees me. To parse Meister Eckhart. Imaho. Thank you, Meister, Master, mystics of all ages, sages. Oh, Bhagavan. May the force be with you, the great Tao, the inner power. Imaho. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Tena Pati Sadrita Me Bhava Subhagaya Me Bhava Subhagaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sarvasiddhi Me Trayatsa Sabhakama Zutsa Me Sita Siya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Savatata Gata Vajrama Me Munsa Vajri Bhava Ma Samaya Sattva. Vajrasattva's purification mantra. Vajrasattva, diamond beingness, adamantine being. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Tena Pati Sadrita Me Bhava Sutagaya Me Bhava Subhagaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sarvasiddhi Me Trayatsa Sabhakama Zutsa Me Sita Sriya Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Savatata Benza Mame Muts Benza Bhava Mahasamaya Sato. The late Ramdas used to call this the laughing mantra because of the ha 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 ho Bhagavan. Om Benza Satu Samaya Manuvalaya Benza Satu Tenobati Sadrita Me Bhava Sudagaya Me Bhava Subhagaya Me Bhava Anurata Me Bhava Sarvasiddhi Me Trayatsa Sabhakama Zutsa Me Sita Sriya Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Savatata Gata Vajrama Me Mansa Vajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva. Aha! What a relief, what a release to let everything just go, course through us. We're like a pure channel, the central channel, a crystal channel of light. No obstructions, no knots in our nadis or energy meridians. Clear transmission. Imo. Plugged in. Clear transmission. The natural great connection. Completeness. Imo. Thank you. Dory, could we see the Kempo's dedication prayer and the Millennium Prayer, please? We go out singing and chanting together and praying. Through the merit of this virtuous practice, may the light of the Buddha's precious teachings remain in this world for ages to come, the basis for every single kind of benefit and happiness, worldly and spiritual. May all the supreme holders of the liberating teachings who uphold its living truth agree to live on for aeons and their lotus feet stand firm. And so may the sun of altruism and well-being, that is bodhicitta, in all its blazing splendor, shine the brilliant light of the study and practice of Buddha Dharma throughout every corner of the universe. May all beings everywhere with whom we are inseparably interconnected and who want and need the same as we do, may they be awakened, liberated, healed, fulfilled, safe, and free. May there be peace and harmony in this world and an end to war and violence, poverty and hunger, inequality, oppression, greed and cruelty, free from fear, harm, danger, anxiety, and insecurity. And may we all together complete this marvelous, amazing, miraculous spiritual journey. One beloved community, one circle, one family, one sangha, one satsang, one samaya, koinonia, all the way Om. Homage to the Buddha, the Goddess, the light in your seat. Don't overlook them. I've been instructing today from the beginning. We started directly at a sort of high angle of attack, as pilots call it, for takeoff. With naked Dzogchen meditation instructions, naked awareness, not praying, not radiating, not chanting, not visualizing, just awareness of awareness itself. You might want to listen to it again, wherever it is, on Facebook or YouTube, wherever it's recorded. Very clear, succinct, direct, with no frills. Good to listen again and again and catch some of the nuances. Like the emphasis on nowness, awareness, not on concepts, just on the immediacy of inner light or luminosity, the brilliance of awareness itself, innate awareness. Anyway, it's a good day for that. Every day is, but today especially, since we're here together. How wonderful. Which amps it up, raises the stakes, raises the vibration, levitates all that are down. We hope, we intend, we wish. Make it so. Make it so, number one. We all know what's going on in the world to some extent or other. We all have some part of it, some piece of the puzzle. No one can do it all, but no one's exempt from participating. Check it out. All connected, interwoven, interdependent, interbeing, interconnected. Oneness beyond oneness, or two-ness, or none-ness even. Those are just concepts. So let's do what we can. Any questions, please?
I don't have anything right now. But whoops. I say that and here we go.
Whoops.
Yeah.
You
Whoops.
see?
Yeah, that's a big whoops. Okay. In meditation, can our awareness be simultaneously expanded and focused on an energy center or chakra?
In short, yes, of course. With something that has no shape or form or measure or metrics like awareness, your word, of course, our word. I'm just saying what you said, awareness, then it's hard to talk about expanded or contracted. But we know what focused means. We know what focused on something means, like the breath, an object, a visualization, a mantra, or focused on a chakra, if you know how to do that, on an energy vortex. And however you do that, with shape and color and number of parts and petals and subtle channels and all, or not. So yes, it can be, what did you say, expanded and focused on something like that. And also, just because something's small or finite doesn't mean it's also doesn't have the infinite side. Like, how big is the axis of the earth? It's, it's a theoretical line that the earth turns around, like an axle of a wheel, but an axle has some thickness, small as it may be. It's round, theoretically. Well, what shape or size is the axis of the earth? So it's kind of like that. It's infinite or infinitely small and infinitely large or inclusive. Let me turn it another way. If you expand your conscious, let's say, inward, or, tuning into the panoramic, the sky-like nature of awareness or mind, and then smaller and tiny and almost going like poof, disappearing like a bubble or droplet or something. You can go deeper. That's also a dimension, a direction, a dimension of great size, of infinite, even infinitely small. Maybe you heard me mention pie. I wasn't thinking of pie in the sky. I wasn't thinking of eating pie. I was talking about the number or the algorithm or the power concept pi. Maybe it's the Greek word, measured as 2 point something or other, infinite. You could never get to the end of the infinite fractions, infinitely small fractions. If you see what I'm saying, it can be expanded that way. So not just one-way street like we're trying to get up, also going deeper and connecting and getting down. And in 3 or 4 dimensions, 5 dimensions, of course, the big tiddly, the ultimate sphere, the great crystal ball of awareness. So yes, it can be bigger or wider or deeper consciousness, and also focus on something such as a chakra. Again, how big is a chakra? What measurements might that have? Even if you say it looks like a 4-petaled lotus or an 8-petaled lotus or 32, different chakras have different shapes and colors and vibrations and drops and qualities. Who says how big or small they are, and what metric do we use? Inches? Or the meters, the metric system, or what? In the Dzogchen system of mathematics, I was tempted to say Euclidean geometry, but I don't really know what that is, except for some shapes and squares and triangles. In Dzogchen, higher mathematics, there is no such thing as big and small or outer in. Like there's no 10 levels of bhumis leading to full enlightenment. As Nyosho Kempo famously said in one of his poems, there's just one bhumi, one level, and it's all good, Kanzadampo. Not leading anywhere, being everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Anyway, that's the whole exegesis about one thought and one question, but I'm going to stand behind it. I listen while I'm talking these things. Sounds good, if I don't say so myself. So I'm just saying, not just wailing here. Think about it. Questions, please.
I have another. Is the Buddha in my seat different from the Buddha in your seat? I'm trying to understand what it means to be authentic, yet without a sense of a separate self.
Excellent question. So let me ask you, just in English, without Buddhist jargon or theories about self or no permanent self or other things. I don't know if you have kids, mates, identical twins. Are identical twins the same or different or both or neither? I know some triplet boys, and they're identical, and one of them always says, I'm the one with the freckle. That's how people keep track for the other ones. Oh, they're so cute. They're like 10 years old. Is your authenticity different than the most authentic person you know? Or is authenticity, which is so hard to define, authenticity? A wise guy once said, truths are many, but truth is one. So can we hold those seemingly contradictory ideas in our mind, or do we have to decide this or that and don't have room for both and neither? and other possibilities and aspects and valences. So, there's only one Buddha, which has no size or shape or gender or species or religion or, it's like the ultimate something, let's say truth or reality or nirvanic. Dare I use a word like consciousness, which is so limiting the way we think of it. Nirvanic something, the stream of nirvana that people experience when they have a dip, a satori, a breakthrough, becomes stream mentara, Buddhist jargon, excuse me. And on the other hand, there are millions and billions of Buddhas. Now, of course, we only know a few, like our Buddha who lived this, let's say world or wave, was born 2,600 years ago in northern India, southern border of Nepal. Sakyamuni, Gautama the Buddha, Siddhartha is his boy name. But he's said to be the fourth of the 1,000 Buddhas coming in this world era or aeon. But then there's all kinds of other Buddhas in the iconography, the pantheon of Buddhas. But they're all one in essence, Buddha nature, Buddha-ness, awakening, awakeness, Bodhi. Like every acorn of a great oak tree has a great oak tree inside, the poets sing. And we kind of understand what that means beyond big and small. We don't think, how can a big oak tree be inside that acorn? We do think that when we see a ship in a bottle. But the answer to that koan is similar. Not how did it get in or how does it get out? Anyway, of course, the bottle is see-through, you see, interpenetrated, it's transviolescent. Anyway, back to the acorn. So the Buddha's in all of us, but then some are awakened Buddhas, some are sleeping Buddhas, some are like sunny personality Buddhas, some moody, darker personality Buddhas. I don't know, let's take away the word darker, but you know what I mean, shadowy or something. But all Buddhas by nature, we only have to recognize that and decide what we cultivate. As the Western fable goes, which wolf we feed, our animal nature or our spiritual nature. The one we feed will probably get more tamed, nourished, and cooperative and in harmony. And that's how the small self, which is part of the big self, if you want to use that language, becomes more in harmony with, not against or outside of, and eventually synchronizes with or almost the same, because it's like a bubble in the sea. It's almost the same, but not quite, or a wave in the sea. It is the sea, and yet it's not, the sea is a little different and bigger, it seems, than the bubble. So that's a few thoughts. Yes, we could say the Buddha in my seat is the same as the Buddha in yours, if we're not looking into relative details, like size or gender or outfit or language or state of consciousness or anything else. Like the divine light in in each of us is the same as in all the others. The clear light, as the Dalai Lama calls it. The Buddha nature, Tathagata Garbha. Any other questions, Dora? You're full of questions today, girl.
We're going to wrap it up here, Lama. We're out of time. Thank you so much for your wisdom, and thank you to all of you for attending today. Remember, donations are greatly accepted, and membership has its benefits, including next Saturday for our day-long retreat. So I hope you'll be able to join us for that. It's a great way to have that time to just contemplate and listen to Lama teach. So Lama, thank you for today, and we'll see you on Saturday. And join us for Town Hall next Sunday as well.
Thank you, everyone. And Menla, Dory, Kelly, all of you, Kathleen, who've helped us get together today and be together like this. Thank you. Be well.